Good morning. How are you today? We've learned earlier this morning that our adults are in the last book of the Bible. Today, children, we're going to be in the first book of the Bible. So go ahead, get your Bibles at this time, and we're going to be in the book of Genesis. And today's lesson is on creation. Now, God took 6 days and he created the world that we have. And then on the seventh day, he sat down and he rested. In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. The earth was dark, it did not have any shape. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light." And immediately there was light. God called the light day and the dark night. God saw that, and the light was good. On the second day, God said, "Let the waters separate." And the waters spread apart. God called the space in between the waters sky. Now we're to day 3. On day 3, God said, "Let the waters under the sky gather together. Let the dry land appear." And as soon as God spoke these words, it happened. God called the dry land earth and the waters sea. God saw that the earth and the sea were good. Then God said, "Let the earth make plants and trees that have seeds." There were plants and trees, and God saw that it was good. I just want to pause here just for one moment to say that immediately after God spoke, things began to happen. Sometimes when God speaks to us, we don't do things immediately. We don't obey God, and things don't start to happen. We kind of think about it. We kind of reason about it. We want to argue with God about it. And then sometimes, y'all, we tell God we got a better plan. Sometimes we got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now, I'm guilty of that. And I feel so sad when God asks me to do something and I don't do it immediately. Because if we look at creation, when God spoke, things happened. And they happened, and they happened, and they happened. But they happened when God said it. And it was immediately. So, young people, we just need to know that when God tells us to do something, and I know you're probably saying, "Well, how do I know when God's telling me?" We have to read his word to know what God is asking us to do. So he's never asking us to do stuff we're not able to do, or he won't give us the strength or the ability to do. So we just need to be obedient when God speaks. So we are up to day 4. And on the 4th day, God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night." And it happened as God said. See, again, it was like immediately. God made the sun to shine during the day and the moon and the stars to shine at night. And God saw that it was good. So, guys, God don't make any junk. Everything God made, he said it was good. So when we do stuff for the Lord, guys, let's don't give God junk. Let's give him our best. So when it is done, God can say, "Ooh, that was really good." I be looking for God to tell me I did a good job because I be trying to give him my best. And on the days that I don't, I really feel sad. But we can learn from God's creation that they obey God immediately, and that's what we need to do. And they gave God their best. So when the trees came, they didn't come with some leaves, a few apples. They came ready to make God proud. So let's make God proud. Then God said, "Let the water be filled with creatures." And this is for my little kids. I work in Summer Plus, and whenever you say the word creatures, they think of monsters. Well, let me just clear this up for you. Lauren, I hope you're hearing me out there. We're not talking about monsters, but what we're talking about is God's beautiful animals. And the first thing that came to mind was the whales. Like, I am so just taken with the beauty of whales and dolphins, but those are the creatures that we're talking about. And there are some creatures that, you know, they're not on our favorite list, but there's like the octopus, there's like the big fish. So there's a lot of creatures, but they're not monsters to scare us. Those are just God's beautiful things. So that's just a little plug in for my little people. So God filled the seas and the skies. God, guys, if you look up, you'll see God's beautiful birds. There's the cockatoos. I can't think of all their names, but I watch Animal Channel. So if y'all watch Animal Planet, you'll get to see all of God's beautiful birds, and they are so colorful. But God filled the skies. And then God saw those things. He was like, those are good. I like those. So, guys, take care of God's creations, okay? And that was the fifth day, and God saw it, and it was good. So now we're up to day 6. If you guys were counting with me, we're on day 6. On the 6th day, God said, let the earth be filled with all kinds of animals, livestock. And again, Lauren, that word creature is out there. But it's talking about the cattle. It's talking about the antelopes, the giraffes, the elephants. So we're talking about the big stuff, guys. The cats, the lions, the zebras, all of that. So God filled the earth with the wildlife, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our own image. Guys, that's us. He saved the best for last. That's us. So he said, let us make man in our image and according to our likeness. And guess what we were supposed to do? We was given authority to rule over. So we wasn't just placed here just to do nothing, guys. We was here to take care of these things. We have authority over them. So God created man in his own image, and he created man and woman. When he saw all he had created, he thought it was very good. There it is again. God was pleased with his creation. He was pleased with his work. And on the 7th day, God had completed his work. God blessed the 7th day and said it was holy. Then God rested. And just before I go to my seat, I just want to say to the parents, today your child heard that God is the creator and he made the world from nothing. God spoke everything into existence, making a beautiful world for people to take care and enjoy. Bye, guys. See you next time.